Thanks for being on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so this is, you want to introduce yourself to the YouTube universe?
Sure. Hello, YouTube universe. My name is Mark Van Buren, and I own Live Free Yoga Studio. I'm a meditation and mindful living instructor. I'm also the author of Be Your Shitty Self, an honest approach to a more peaceful life.
And that's #1 in meditation books?
Yeah, I hit #1 on my 1-year anniversary of being published. So I just lowered the price and I blasted it out and sold a bunch of copies, and I hit #1 in the meditation department.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was excellent. I mean, I remember like one of your posts too. It's like you were like right up there with like Thich Nhat Hanh and like all the other big heavyweights in the genre.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and like one of the reasons I really wanted to have you on was because I know you from college, and you know what was fascinating to me was like I kind of followed you through Facebook, and you know you opened up a yoga studio. You're writing, you're doing your thing in regards to like mindfulness coaching and kind of instructing people in that way. And it's insane because like you know you hear so many stories about people who kind of graduate college, and then they're kind of thrust into this world and they don't know what to do. Like, do I do grad school? Am I just gonna like work some retail job and do all these things? And like, I'm curious, like, how did you like kind of find your footing in this socioeconomic machine?
Yeah, so took me a long time to figure it out.
Yeah.
First, I went to school for music.
Uh-huh.
Then I went for exercise. Then I took time off. Then I went for massage. And it was at massage school where I started to learn meditation.
Okay.
I started going on the retreats. Just quieting up here. You know? And then it was during that time where I started to connect more with, I don't know, your heart or your deeper part of yourself, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And I just started to trust that. That part became a little louder. You know, most of us don't want to hear that part. We don't want to know what we really want to do.
Yeah.
Or it's not that we don't want to listen to it, it's just that our fears are in the way, or our thoughts. Like, you know, take this studio, for example. I had no money. I had no clients. I was only 1 month out of being trained as a yoga instructor. So I just graduated a month before. But there was something in me that just said, like, now's the time.
Yeah.
Just do it. You know, and the conditions just kind of fell into my hands, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been noticing. Like, when you get on your path and you listen to that deeper part, it just unfolds.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't do anything. I didn't just sit on my ass and magically a yoga studio popped out.
Yeah.
But, you know, just I met the right person at the right time. People popped into my life.
Yeah.
I never once asked for teachers. I never posted it on Craigslist. I never wrote it. But teachers walked in my door.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just really lucky. But I'm pretty sure, like Joseph Campbell is a mythologist.
Yeah.
He talks about following your bliss. And that's what I've been doing. And, you know, I went from not knowing anything about it, meditation or whatever, to studying religion at Montclair, to owning a yoga studio, to writing a book, to teaching people meditation, you know. And again, it goes back to those thoughts. Like, if I could have had those thoughts, who wants to hear meditation from you?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell anybody about meditation? You've only been doing it for 6 years. What is that? What do you have to show? You know, and if I listened to that, I wouldn't have the things that I have. So I just said, screw it. I love meditating. I'm very passionate about it. People will feel my passion.
Yeah.
And it won't matter if it's perfect. You know, or if I'm a professor, or I don't need a doctorate. I can just, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to convert people to anything. I'm just saying, this is how I live. And this is how you can live. You can relate to yourself differently. So I don't know if I got off topic there. But
So like part of what I want, like part of the great thing about having my own show is like, you know, I can play a little looser with the topics and the structures and all of that. But I mean, I love all of that. I mean, it's really insane that, you know, like for myself, like part of me when I asked that question was talking about me. And like, you know, it's like me trying to find my footing. And then in this, you kind of realize when people are, I guess, in this generation that we live in, or the generation that we are, it's like you see a lot of people like I'm finding, maybe it's because that's where I'm at, but I'm finding a lot of like older people in my jobs who have like kids my age, and they're also like wondering, what do I do with my life and what do I do these things, and then you see examples of like Zuckerberg and like all these dudes who like did the tech way and the apps, and they got rich off of that. Like, oh, you don't need the 9 to 5 and all that, you know. So then we kind of start, that puts an idea in our head. Oh, well, we can do our own thing, you know. And I mean, I love the message because it's like, it's so amazing how when you have this thing in you and suddenly the doors start opening, you know?
Yeah. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so you know, don't give up your day job and just, you know, not make any money, or, you know, you have to do it responsibly. Mm-hmm. There may be that time where you can switch. You know, so if someone has a family or is in a financial situation, they can't just leave, you know. Yeah. So how do they make that switch? Well, slowly. Yeah. That's some good practical advice on following your bliss right there. So, and you mentioned that you also write a book. You wrote a book, and how did like that get started? The inspiration, like, oh, I'm gonna write a book. How did that? Yeah. Well, I've always was given talks on Claire, and that's what I want to do is spread the Dharma. And Dharma, just for anyone who doesn't know, is just the teachings of the Buddha. And it's not limited to Buddhism, but, you know, dealing with suffering, dealing with your thoughts, dealing with your emotions, and with meditation and mindfulness, like Buddhism specifically tackles those, and that's what they focused on. Right. So I always pull stuff from Buddhism because you know, you can't talk about these things without talking about that. Yeah. But you know, just to make it clear, you don't have to be Buddhist to hear these things or to practice these things. You can be Christian, Muslim, or no religion at all. You know, so it's mainly just a new way of being in relationship with yourself and with life. But why I wrote the book, again, it's just to spread the Dharma. Yeah. To spread the word. And what I'm finding is you just need to remind people. So I'm not telling anybody anything new. Yeah. Or something that they don't have, or something you need to get or attain. I'm just reminding them that, hey, you have the ability to be awake. And then once you tell people that sets off a whole set of like, I can notice my thoughts and let them go. Yeah. I can notice feelings and not be caught in them. It's really hard, but that possibility is there. And you remind them you're already free. Yeah. You know, and some people get so emotional. I'm always surprised because I'm not saying anything sad, but you know, people get really emotional sometimes when I'm at college. You can tell, like, wow, like I don't have to try to get rid of this. I'm not screwed up. There's nothing wrong with me. Like, I'm already free. Like, and it's always amazing to, you know, just my little silly talk. It can like really impact somebody, and that's what I love about it. And it's not me. I'm just like the person that tells you about it. It's the teachings. That's what's so powerful. Yeah. And the teachings, again, they just point to something that's already here. It's not something you have to believe in, or you don't have to like read all these books and then believe in this and that. It's just like, hey, close your eyes and look. Can you pay attention to your mind? Great, that's it. Yeah. Then you can know, you know, that you're free. Yeah.